What's happening out there? Welcome to the Man on the Moon World, where we learn, explore, and inspire. Here at the Man on the Moon World, if it has a motor and goes fast, I'll probably talk about it. My goal is to move your soul with meaningful and thought-provoking conversation. Guess who's in the house, or should I say, whose house I'm visiting? Mr. FHO himself, Big Sal. Welcome to the Man in the World, Man in the Moon World, Big Sal.
Man, thank you, and more than pleased. Like I said, it was just beautiful to watch you set up today.
Yeah, he got a chance to actually see me.
So, thank you for having me.
All right, you ever heard that term, walk a mile in my shoes?
That part.
I
Appreciate
think I just did.
Yeah, you got about another half mile to go, but you did.
I know. Hey, the Man on the Moon World has come to see Mr. FHO Big Sal, and we got a lot of things we could possibly talk about. We could go on for hours and hours about this motorcycle thing that we're both a part of, but we're going to break this down into 3 little segments. So let's start on this. Beach Bash 2022. What's happening with that, man? I see that you're a huge part of that, man, in promoting it and getting this thing going. Tell me how this thing came about.
Well, the original concept was actually put in place by my man Top, Christopher Hill. He had the vision, being an OG on the bike set, being an old head on the bike set. He had visited all of the other different bike set activities, and he had this idea to put together his own version. And actually, this is his 3rd year as of, putting it on. As my 1st year as a business partner. So I'm 50-50 partners with him on this adventure. And we kind of came together because he is a brilliant dude with ideas, my brilliancy with ideas, and it just made it, work together. I guess we both OGs in the game. I don't consider myself OG. I still think I'm a young cat out here, but 53 years old, and I've been doing the bike thing now for probably about, 15, 20 years, I guess.
Dog, you're OG.
I'm OG, so it is what it is. But so he had the original concept. He put it on. He had me, got involved with me to help promote it. We became business partners on it, and here we are now. Let me just say this. The number one goal of the Tampa Jamboree is for us as a people to finally be recognized and appreciated for the love of the motorcycling that we have. All your history and everything dictates the love of all the other races, but it really never shows the love that we have as blacks for motorcycling. So.
Okay. Now I understand that the mayor of Tampa has given you guys the blessing as well. So that means a whole lot, because other bike events that black people go to that remain, we're not even going to talk about, we don't feel welcome. This seems like it's going to be a welcoming event to all bikers that want to get down this Memorial Day weekend.
And not just the mayor, but all of the city councilmen, the different district councilmen, the police chief, the ombudsman, and everybody else. I think what Tampa understands is the economic impact that we have. You feel me? And for them, they're willing to take a chance on saying, hey, if you guys say you can bring it, you can pull it off successfully, we'll give you everything you need. And that's what they've done, man. They've opened up the city, they've opened up their home, and the streets of Tampa, from the hotels to the restaurants, the Better Business Bureau, and everybody else is involved in making sure that people understand, who we are. And it's been me and my business partners, our goal and our part in this is to teach the city how to deal and how to understand our language, how to be able to understand that me and my man are not arguing, we just having a passionate conversation. It's nothing to worry about, they good.
Right on.
You feel what I'm saying? So, because a lot of people are intimidated by us, and again, it's the biker stigmatism and, all of that, but a lot of people are intimidated, but we just teach them the city how to understand that, look, man, we want to come, have a good time, spend all our money, and be respected.
That's what's up. Check this out. The United Bikers Jamboree, in conjunction with FHO, are presenting Beach Bash 2022. Yes. What's on tap for that weekend? What's going on there?
So we kick it off Wednesday with the Welcome to Tampa Bike Night appreciation. That's me and my man Top. We're hosting that. And then Thursday, the city, the Welcome to Tampa, which the city to visit Tampa Bay, they'll be putting on their bike night that Thursday. Also, Wednesday, Thursday is RV roll in. If you got an RV and all that, that's rolling to get set up and all that.
RVs?
RVs.
Wow.
We're doing some camping out and everything else. So we got about 20, 30 RVs that are already signed and ready to go. So they'll be rolling in Wednesday, Thursday. That's at the fairgrounds. And then Thursday night, we go to the restaurant. I forgot the name of the restaurant, but we go to a restaurant in the city where Visit Tampa Bay, my girl Miss Sherry Brown, Mr. Santiago, will be putting on and hosting their event just to welcome everybody to Tampa. Tampa. Major food discounts, free food, free drinks. It's just gonna be all type of stuff. So you're gonna be surprised when you get there and you get ready to go pay your bill and they say, don't worry about it, it's been covered,
All right.
So that's Thursday night. And then Friday, all day at the fairgrounds, we have adult games. We're gonna be playing spades, dominoes.
Oh yeah.
Hopscotch, and just going back to a little bit of old school, a little bit of kid games, and just adults having fun, man. And then we got the car and bike show that we'll be putting on. That's going to be major. We got some major heavy hitters coming in for the sound competition.
Car and bike show
And sound competition.
Wow.
And again, while all of this is going on, just different activities all throughout the fairgrounds. And then Friday night, we have what we consider to be a major concert. We have Miss Melanie Camacho, who just released a movie in January.
Really?
Yeah, major comedian. She toured with Cat Williams and everybody. She's been on a little bit of everybody.
Okay.
She'll be opening up with a comedy, stand-up comedy act. Then we have Jeter Jones. If you know anything about, I think they call that trail ride music.
I call it music.
The South Blues, Mississippi Blues, or however you want to call it. So we got Jeter Jones performing, and then our major artist for Friday night is my man Mystical, who's been burning up the scene with the No Limit tour and all of that. And then Saturday is where you're talking about the beach bash.
Okay.
Saturday we rented out the whole beach. We got the whole private beach. It's totally ours. Nobody can come on there without our permission. And we'll be doing the beach blast. At there we got the water balloon contest. We're actually playing dodgeball, but with water balloons. We got the tug of war contest. We got the bikini contest. We got the twister game. So it's gonna be some adult fun there.
So check this out, man. We going to the beach on our motorcycles in our bathing suits?
Well, I don't care.
We got to figure it out, huh?
Yeah, you got to figure it out. You get there, change, however you want to do it. Most likely, most people are going to be in their cars or Uber or doing whatever. And that's another part of the economic that we bring into the state as well.
Okay.
So all your Uber drivers and Lyft drivers, and, they're going to be making plenty of money taking people here and there. And your stores and your gas stations, your Walmarts and all that. So we really tapped into getting them people to understand, again, the economic value that it is to have us in your area, in your town. And we're not here to pillage, what they say, rape and pillage the village. We're not here for that. We're just here to have a good time. We want to be respected. We're going to respect the law, ask the law to respect us, and just have a good time, man. So Saturday's the beach blast. We close out the beach blast. We come back to the fairgrounds Saturday night for a major concert. Again, Ms. Melanie Camacho will be opening up her comedy thing. And then we have Bobby Valentino, who we just signed him.
Wow, breaking news.
Yes, Bobby Valentino, that is breaking news. And then major artist for the end of the night to close it out is my man Ricky Rose. So
Maybach Music.
And then, and each night we got after parties, and then we got the tour of the city. It's a bunch of stuff going on, man, but for the most part, it's just some real adult, grown folks fun.
That's one hell of a rundown. Let me ask you this. How has the motorcycle community in that Tampa or that Central Florida area received the Biker Bash and United Bikers Jamboree?
I think it kind of hit everybody by surprise. They knew it was there, and everybody was like, "Okay, cool, something new," But when we went to the level that we went to this year, my man Top, he told me, "Say, let's turn it up. We're gonna spin the bag, man, to just show out." And once we turned it up, it kind of caught everybody like, "Wow, these guys are not playing; they're real serious." So it took it to another level this year. So everybody's embracing it, but the cold thing about it, well, not cold, but the good thing about it is that it's just not a Tampa community event.
Okay.
We got people coming in from all over the world, from California, Texas, Mississippi, all the way from Maryland. So it's going to be major, but the city of Tampa and the bike clubs, they've been ecstatic, man.
Now, the social media pages that you guys have set up are on fire. I've seen
the ones
responses.
We can keep up.
I know. There is some adult content in some of them.
Facebook been shutting us down, man.
Man, from some of the stuff I've been reading, folks are coming from, they're coming from out west, they're coming from back east, they're coming from the top. Everybody is going to just flock to Tampa for that weekend.
Yeah.
Man on the Moon World will be there too. So, you know what, man, I'm looking forward to the United Biker Jamboree in conjunction with FHO and this Beach Bash 2022. Now, moving forward, is this something that you guys are going to be doing every year?
Every year, and we also have the opportunity to take it on the road as well. So we have other cities and states actually right now reaching out to us to bring the event to their city and state as well.
It's going on the road.
If we can make it happen, we can make it happen.
Can I go with y'all?
All the time.
All right. Hey,
well,
man.
one thing I'm gonna tell you this too, not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Understand this. Me and my man Todd, we're big on loyalty.
Okay.
Everybody that believed in us and rode with us from the beginning, wherever we go, they will be able to go. Like, I want to thank you for putting together. I saw your commercial today.
Yeah, man, that was pretty
awesome. And see, a lot of people, I'm probably getting off a little bit. I'm getting in my feelings a little bit, but a lot of people take other people, you know, trying. Because let me show you how I got the commercial. Let me show you how I found out about the commercial.
Okay.
Hey man, you got somebody trying to capitalize on y'all get in. What? Send me the commercial. And I said, this is brilliant. To me, it was brilliant. Like, what do you mean it's brilliant? The man gonna be there. He paid to be there. He's making sure that, hey, I'm gonna be here. I'm doing my thing because, for me, I don't care how the message gets out there. Just let the message get out there in a positive light. Your video was, I loved it. I immediately, ding ding, and shout it to all of my social media outlets. So, man, keep doing your thing. And again, man, we can't wait to get you there, get you set up.
It's going to be a blast.
Yes.
It's going to be a Beach Blast 2022. Big Sale, how can folks figure out or get in touch or get more information about the Beach Bash? Is there a social media website? How do people get information?
Yes, the one thing you want to do is go to www.unitedbikers.com. UnitedBikers.com, all the information you need to know, RV, tent, how to get your tickets on Eventbrite. All tickets are on Eventbrite. But you can go to that one site and everything you need to know is there. Leave a comment if you need to know anything. We'll get back to you.
One more time, it's www.unitedbikers.com.
That's it.
All right. So now you know. You can't say you don't know because you know right now. Let's switch gears.
Okay.
Man, FHO, Fast Harleys Only, if you've been in outer space or under a rock for the past, 10 years?
Yeah.
Probably more than that. You know about the FHO movement, but for folks out there listening and viewing, give us some history on FHO and what that means and what it means to the biker community.
Okay. So Fast Harleys Only was started in 2007. I moved to Georgia in 2006 from California. And in California, man, we love to just show out and have fun. But when I moved to Georgia, it was right at the close of the Frozen. See, I never got a chance to. I heard all about the Frozen era and the Frozen Palace days and all that. Yeah, so I came in right at that as it was fading out, and I was just here, man. I just got into Harley Davidson, had my first Harley, and the bike scene was brand new to me because I wasn't even in the bike scene in LA.
Okay.
So I didn't find out about the bike scene, and actually my bike scene knowledge comes from my wife. I met my wife, who was into the bike scene, and then she put me on it, and the rest is history. But so I'm here now, and I'm saying, okay, well, what are we gonna do besides this? So Sunday was always just a day of just blah blah blah, and I just said, hey, you know what? The racing, we do the racing on Sundays. Sunday was our day in LA.
Okay.
It was the day that Saturday kind of you did your family thing, but Sunday was your man time or your woman time or whatever you want to call it. So I just said, okay, well, cool. Let's figure this thing out. So the first thing we did was, at that time, DK Customs had a shop in Riverdale with my man Sir Charles. They had a shop, and just started talking smack. So the very first race, and I'm gonna give you this, a lot of people don't know. The very first race I had was with Lil E from Rare Breed.
Okay.
That was the very first race. Talking smack, Lil E. I was talking smack. Lil E said, "Come on." We went around the corner, and we raced. And then from there, it just grew and grew. So, but that place wasn't cool. It wasn't familiar, and it wasn't as safe as what we needed. So, started doing my research. Found out that your guys used to race in Tulane back in the day, and then it got shut down because people got reckless or whatever. So I went to the police department that was in charge of the area and said, "Look, man, bunch of old heads. We just hanging out, blah 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 blah. It'll be on a Sunday, where everything is shut down. Minimum activity. And he was like, "Look, as long as it's them old slow motorcycles that I ain't worried about."
Them old slow Harley Davidsons.
Yeah, the old slow Harley Davidsons. I ain't worried about it. And from there, it just grew, man, into a every Sunday thing. So a lot of people think fast Harleys only really mean you have to have a fast Harleys only. But when I break it down like fast, when I put this stuff together, my thought was, what do we have that's ours that we can incorporate, or who we are? So fast represents that in the world we have to move fast. You can't sit still in the world.
Correct.
You got to be up and you got to be moving fast. You can't move at a snail's pace or you get left behind. The Harleys was supposed to represent and is representing the American brand, the American way. Truth, justice, honesty, the whole 9 yards, which whatever that means today. But and then the only was I can only worry about me and mine. I'm here to take care. I'm not worried about what you're doing and how you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just really me and mine. So that's how I came up with Fast Harleys Only.
Wow. And back then, what are all kinds of mottos? Run what you brung, run your motor, not your mouth.
And even run what you brung. Run what you brung, still it means in life. You can only, whatever you got to give it. You're gonna run, whatever you got, you give it. This is what I am, this is who I am, this is who I'm gonna be, and that's that. Don't try to run somebody else, or run with somebody else. And then run your motor, not your mouth. It's simply that. A lot of people talk about doing great things, and I'm proud of you.
In life.
You saw a podcast, you said, I'm gonna do it, and you did it. And I tell people all the time, the hardest part, I applaud, let me put it like this, I applaud the person that actually starts it. You're gonna be successful. That's the easy part. Being successful is easy, but actually having the nerves and the guts to just say, let me go and spend my money and invest and go on and get this thing cracking.
Stepping out on faith.
Yes. So that's what I applaud, but that's what run your motor, not your mouth do.
So when all this was going on, what gave you the idea to actually brand this FHO thing?
From day one, I've had good people around me. My man Greg Street, he's always been like, sell you on to something.
It's the 6 o'clock shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Greg Street. My wife, she's always been like, well, baby, we need to get more serious about this because you're spending your time. For her, it was like, okay, well, if I'm gonna let you spend all this time in this, then you need to get serious about it. So it was the spending the time and everything. And then for me, it was just God given. Everything that you see from where I am now, from where I am then to where I am now, is nothing but me following God's, telling me, hey, make this left turn, make that right turn, go straight. And the biggest thing and the biggest part of my success is just never giving up. When people, I've had races where I've had 2,000 people on the street, and I've had races where I've had 3 people on the street.
Okay.
So just never giving up, man, and doing it from your heart.
Right.
That's like what you're doing. You can tell this is nothing for kicks and giggles and likes. This man has invested. Trust me, take it for somebody who knows. This man has invested some serious money into being into podcasting, and that's how I know that I want to be a part of something. Like I said, just watching him set up, watching him pull up, and I was already like, okay, let's go on and do this. But FHO was that way too, just never giving up and keeping it fun, keeping it adult, and sticking to your guns, man. Because a lot of people always want to change the direction. Oh, you should be doing this. That's cool, but you should do it this way.
Yeah, you're right about that. So tell me about your movement. FHO is now a movement, man.
Yes, yes, it is.
Wow.
It's a movement. So FHO is the club that you want to join when you don't want to join the club.
It's a movement. Yeah.
So once it got big, and I got people wanting to be a part of it all over the world, we decided to make it a motorcycle association. I got with the AMA and petitioned them, got the license to actually be an AMA-sponsored motorcycle club.
Really?
Yeah, to be an AMA-sponsored motorcycle association. I didn't want the MC or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And people just started joining, man. So now we're about 45, 50 members all over the world, from California all the way up to Maryland, all the way up to Chicago, and all the way down to Florida. And basically, FHO, it's not a club, it's not a membership. We buy your colors, and we support each other. We don't have dues, monthly dues. We don't have monthly meetings or anything like that. But we do come together via a text group that we have on a daily, and we also try to have one event a year where we can get the majority of the members to come together so we can see each other, meet each other, and it's basically just to be FHO Harley Davidson. You have to have Harley Davidson.
Okay.
You have to be an adult, and you have to be, you just got to be grown, man.
Okay. Now, years ago, your wife actually sold me my first FHO T-shirt. It's the one that Converse.
Okay.
The Converse started. Yeah, and I love that shirt, man. It's still in my closet. It's hanging up.
Well,
it's in rotation, but it's not in rotation.
I'm glad you brought that up because we will have some for the Jamboree. We got a whole fresh order of shirts and hats coming for the Jamboree.
Well, I'm gonna need mine. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, man, this FHO thing has taken the nation and the city by storm, man. Is there anything that you want to let people know out there about FHO that they didn't know, or if they want to get involved, what do they do?
Again, we're a family. I am and always will be the head of the table. I don't run it like that. I'm not a dictator. Actually, my vice president V, I take my hats off to him all the time because he does an excellent job squashing stuff and handling stuff before he even get to me because I'm busy doing all the other stuff. And the family is just grown. I mean, when everybody's grown and everybody understands that, hey, your voice is important. Never suppress your voice. I don't care if it's against me or if it's against anybody. If you got something to say and it's the way you feel, you should be able to say that, and we should be able to be grown enough, adult enough to have the conversation to understand what it is you want. Now, you might not get your way, but at least we understand,
we can agree to disagree.
Yeah, that part right there. So, and that's the biggest thing about FHO. Love to ride your motorcycle, not like to ride. There's a difference between like to ride and love to ride. Love to ride your motorcycle. Be grown enough to understand that, hey, your number one goal is to have fun.
So let's move forward just a little bit. We've got FHO, the movement. We've got Fast Harley's Only, Run What You Brung. And then we've got a new segment, or a new part of it right now, is the podcast.
Yes, FHO Podcast Radio.
So FHO and the podcast that you're doing has, again, taken the social media or taken the internet by storm, and I watch you on YouTube. So tell me about how that came to be, or was that just the next step?
It was just so, and I'm gonna tell you, for me, it was my fans. They would like say, okay, we're good with the camera player, we good with that. Now it's time for you to step your game up. We got that with the racing, we got all that, but now because every once in a while I would just teach. Hey, this happened, that happened. I would give my version or what I understand because I love to do research. That's one thing about me. I'm a research guru.
Okay.
So when I tell you something, it's from the research that I've gathered, and then I add common sense. So, and then with today's time changing. So once I did that, a lot of my fans were like, "Hey man, time to step it up. Time to get away from the camera." So I started there, and then of course I got to give love to Keisha Dixon too. She turned me on to my man Ezzy, who owns 106 Radio. And so I started going from my thing to his thing to do my little radio station on his platform. And then Greg Street was like, "Look, Sil, you've grown enough, you've done enough. Now it's time for you to get your own podcast up." And again, one of my fans called me up and said, "Hey, I'm coming over there, and I'm gonna make you buy everything you need to do your podcast, and I'm gonna help you set it up." And then from there, it was just history.
So it was actually just evolution. It was destined to be.
Yes.
So the Fast Harley's Only podcast is something, if you haven't checked out on YouTube.
Every streaming platform.
Every streaming platform.
I'm on like 37 platforms.
Well, you need to subscribe, follow, share.
Please.
That's my motto right now. Like, subscribe, and share. So FHO is all over the place. Next question for you, man. I got a rapid fire succession of questions for you. Out of all the motorcycles you've owned, which one has been your favorite?
This one. History of Motion.
History of Motion. Why is that?
I got a lot into it. It's a very fun motorcycle. It's a very fast motorcycle. I'm actually scared of the power and the speed it has, but it's a fun motorcycle.
Next question. How many miles do you think you've traveled on a motorcycle?
Over 500,000.
500,000 miles.
Easy.
Wow, that's a lot of gas.
Every motorcycle I've ever had is over 120,000, 130,000 miles.
How many trips have you made to California on your motorcycle?
About at least 27, 28.
What is the furthest distance you've ever ridden on your bike?
Furthest distance?
In one single trip.
I mean, multiple days, one day.
No, one trip. Let's say I left the house And when you got back to the house, how many
so
miles did you go?
I don't know. I was gone one time, 63 days.
63 days.
So however many miles I did, I don't know. We just went.
Did you need an oil change?
Of course, we do oil changes all the time.
Okay. Now, out of all the trips that you've made, which trip have you had the most fun on?
I would have to say my trip with Bags, rest in peace. My man Bags. If you guys ever get a chance to check out my channel, just type in FHO and Bags. Let me tell you real quick. So Bags was one of my followers who was brand new to the motorcycle set, and he tricked me into taking him to California. So he calls me up and he says, "Hey man, I want to go to California." At the time, I wasn't going. I had no, trips scheduled for California. I want to go to California, and he started calling me every day. Well, man, if you're scared, just say so. That was one of the things. I'm paying for everything. All you got to do is go. And so finally one day he said, "Look, man, at this point, bro, you really ain't who you say you are. You washed up, and blah blah blah." And whatever he said just triggered. I said, "You know what? Be here, be your ass here tomorrow, man." And we left. And the cool thing about it was he didn't know how to ride a motorcycle.
Oh my goodness!
So he lied about his experience, his skills, everything.
And it got your goat up. You ready to ride?
So he got me out there. So the first day, let me show you this. So you ride. So the first day we went from here to Meridian, Mississippi.
Okay.
That's nowhere.
No, that's
we bedded down. Yeah, we bedded. So it took us all day to get from here to Meridian, Mississippi. So we bedded down. Like I was telling him the next morning when we got up, I said, "Bags, it's gonna be raining." I ain't worried about that. I said, "Okay." So we bedded down in Meridian. Got up the next morning. It was raining. He said, "Oh, it's really raining." I said, "I told you it was gonna be raining."
It's really raining.
Funniest story. I'm gonna let you go. So we got on So we come out the hotel 4 o'clock. Whatever. We put everything. He's procrastinating. First off, he didn't go to bed. Didn't want to get up. We get on the bike. We take off. Before the next exit, he pulls up on me and he's pointing at his gas tank. I'm like, "I know you don't need gas because we just got gas. So what's going on?" He's like, "Man, boo." So I said, "Okay." He calls me, "Hey man, we got to go back. I left all of my wallet and my keys and everything." I'm like, "How did you do that?" So anyway, we to the next exit now. All this happened between the time we got on the freeway and the next exit. So we get off the next exit and we turn around and we go back to the hotel. And when he sees the hotel, get off the exit, he shoots to the hotel. So by the time I pull up, he's off his bike, unpacking like what he said, "Man, I can't do that. We're not doing it. It's too dark. It's raining." So I said, "You didn't leave your keys." He's like, "No, man, we just not doing that. We just gonna wait till the daytime until maybe it start raining." And I was furious. So let me show you what really made me mad. So we go to this outside. We argue back and forth outside. We walk in the hotel, and the lady says, "Hey, y'all back already?" And it just so you already know I ain't back. He
didn't want to do it.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it. So it was hilarious. The whole trip was hilarious, but that was just some of the antics.
Okay. Now, what was your most miserable trip on a motorcycle? Everybody got a miserable trip they've been on.
Yeah, I don't know, but you kind of find the golden egg in all of it. Miserable. I would have to probably say my first trip was snowman, coming back, because I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about direction, how to read signs.
Okay.
I didn't have any gear, no coats, no thermals, and all I knew was I could not let this guy leave me. And it was my first time riding a Harley. So my very first Harley ride was from LA to back to Atlanta, Georgia.
Really?
Yes.
And you rode with Snowman?
And I rode with Snowman.
He been dragging folks up and down the highway for a minute.
Forever. And he didn't. And let me say this. He probably gonna really. The Snowman didn't have no license. His bike wasn't registered. And he didn't have no insurance. So he told me, "You better not let nobody see my license plate. That my tag is expired." So that's how close I had to. And so just imagine never riding a Harley, really brand new to riding, and you got to shadow this dude like this, and you back and forth. It was just, and you can't lose him. So I'm scared to death, man. So that probably was one of my I'll say miserable. If you call it miserable.
Yeah, miserable trips. All right. What's your feeling on the motorcycle set, man?
So right now I'm kind of mixed, and I'll keep it light. But the set is supposed to be about freedom, love, liberty, the love of two wheels, and it's supposed to be about adventure.
Okay.
So the set to me is not when you're sitting still. The set is in motion to me. Of course, we can get together and we can parlay in a parking lot. But the fun the fun and the bonding happens when you're on the road. When I gotta depend on you to be woke, you gotta depend on me to be woke.
Yeah.
I gotta depend on you to handle your motorcycle. You gotta depend on me to handle my motorcycle. And we take these journeys, and we get to learn. Because one thing about a journey now on a motorcycle is you're gonna get to see the real individual when they get tired, when they get frustrated, when they get fatigued, the attitudes.
You can see who don't like to brush their teeth at night.
All of that, man.
Come shining through.
Yeah. So to me, that is the set when you're kind of like on a journey, sitting still. It's cool. I mean, we're congregating, and again, wherever we are is, like you say, is a set. I can kind of, I'll roll with you on that. But the motorcycle set, what I'm in it for is the adventure and the journey, and to push myself and watch others push themselves and achieve those goals. Because I tell anybody, riding a motorcycle is the easiest thing, but being aware and knowing how to travel, knowing how to, because you got to drive every car in front of you. You got to even drive the cars behind you. Drive the car on the side of you. Knowing, if this happens, not to panic because I can maneuver my way out of it. Just different things like that. That's the most exciting part to me about the set. And on the whole, right now, the set, it has a fun side, but it has a dark side too.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and the dark side sometimes it just outweighs and kills, the fun side. So,
I think too that, like you said, all of the friendships and the memories, all that stuff is forged when you out on that slab, man.
it is.
And like Snowman said, man, let's go make some memories.
Yeah.
So, when you're out there and you are in motion and you're traveling, that's when you do have your most fun. But I had a good time sitting in the parking lot at the bike meet too. So
Well,
I ain't gonna lie.
Do you smoke and drink?
I do.
Okay, see, now there is that.
Yeah, I do.
I don't smoke and drink.
Okay.
I don't knock none of my brothers and sisters that do, because for me, you guys are superheroes.
Okay.
Because I couldn't even operate my bike if I wasn't in 100% right state of mind.
Oh, is that right?
Oh man.
Oh, okay.
It'd be. I'd have the #1 YouTube video in the world.
Well, I got some hand-rolled cigars that I was gonna leave with you. I guess I'll keep those and smoke them myself.
We can do that right here.
Man on the Moon World here with Big Sale, FHO's own. Hey man, what I want to do now is I want to talk about you and who inspired you to ride a motorcycle and your motorcycle biography. When did it all start, man?
Again, I have to give credit to my wife. She the one made me get on the bike.
Mm-hmm.
My wife, Miss Tamika Tillman, Miss Queen T.
Queen.
The Queen of HD is what she called herself.
Okay.
When I first met her, that's what she was doing.
Right.
Here in Georgia, so trying to date her, and boom, 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 boom. So she was my inspiration for getting on a motorcycle. As far as riding, that had to get at the Snowman.
Okay.
Snowman was the one that said. And this is the funny thing about it. I was here in Atlanta, but I didn't meet Snowman until I went to LA.
You met him out there?
Yeah, I met him out there. We both flew in together because I bought my bike and he didn't want to pick up his bike. So that's how I met him at the airport, and we rode back together. But inspiration, my wife, Snowman, Yonder, getting Yonder, traveling, Highway Smiley.
Okay.
And there's so many other people that just smaller people that just gave me bits and pieces, along the way, and it's just been skyrocketing, bro.
Yeah, this FHO thing that you're a part of, or that you've given to us, we appreciate it, man, because it's major. It's major right now. Anything for people out there who don't know anything about FHO, Big Sale, they need to know?
One thing about me, and I have to say this because it means a lot, but I'm a straightforward dude. A lot of people, some people call me arrogant. I can't even believe that. I don't see it, but people call me arrogant. I'm hard to deal with. I've heard all kind of things, but I'm just a straightforward dude. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna give it to you raw and uncut, and I'm gonna give it to you as a man. As a man should. The motorcycle set. If you're not having fun, then you're in the wrong space.
Yeah,
You're with the wrong people. At all times, it should be fun. It should never be miserable. Even when we're out there and we're in miserable situations and miserable conditions, it should never be nothing but fun.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Weather is bad, this is bad, but we should be having fun. And for me, man, and I'm gonna tell everybody this: take your time, learn your motorcycle, enhance your skills, take the advanced courses, take the intermediate courses, because I promise you, the better you can handle your motorcycle, the more confidence you have in understanding your motorcycle, the more fun you'll have and the more places you'll go. And if you don't want to fall in love with getting yonder, we call yonder, me and Snowman came up with that term, yonder, and I defined it. He came up with it, whatever, which is the old saying from my grandmother, but he kicked it off and I defined it. Yonder is any trip you take 800 miles or better on one way.
Okay.
And the reason why we say that is because even the best riders cannot go 800 miles and then turn around and come back home within the same day.
Okay.
So a yonder trip is you definitely gonna be spending the night.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's what we call yonder.
All right. No.
That's the definition of yonder. So I'm gonna tell you this is that waiting on people to ride, you'll never go anywhere.
That's right. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact.
Get out there. And another thing too. There's so many things, but let me say this: whatever you bought if you bought your motorcycle to bar hop, then bar hop, and be that. If you bought your motorcycle just to look cool, well then look cool and be that. Just stay out of the conversations when me and Moon is talking about riding and getting.
Yeah, that's right. Be true to who you are.
Yeah, because we, when you go to say certain things, we look at you crazy like, what? You ain't been what? Your bike got how many miles on it? And again, fellas and ladies, don't let these cats have you going bankrupt, man. Trying to fit in or trying to be cool and putting stuff on your motorcycle that you can't afford and all that. Your bike is your bike, and I'm gonna tell you this: all of them look good. Trust me. Some people spend money a little bit more money for theirs to look a little bit more better, but they all look good. Have fun. I can't express that enough. Have fun. Be safe. Be comfortable, and just it's some beautiful people out there.
Yeah, you're right about that.
There's some beautiful people out there. Anything you want, anything that you need, from a judge all the way down to a police officer, a doctor, or a plumber, is on the bike set.
Everybody rides.
Everybody
rides.
So
That's
it's
right.
all there. And other than that, don't let these people fool you into thinking that other races don't. Motorcycling, those two wheels is a universal language.
It is.
No matter where you go, it's a universal language. So just give it all the stigmatism, man, and have a good time.
So here's something else we didn't talk about.
Sure.
FHO towing.
Yes, sir.
So I actually had FHO towing pick up my motorcycle and take it to the shop one time. So let the folks know about FHO towing as well.
I started FHO towing.
This guy got his hand in everything.
I started FHO towing because I got tired of being stranded on the side of the road. Not that I was stranded, but I got tired of whenever I was stranded on the side of the road, they would send a regular flatbed, and the tow truck driver would have no experience on motorcycles, with just motorcycles alone, let alone towing a motorcycle. And then they would want you to try to sit on the back of the motorcycle while they raised it up, and it was just scary.
Yeah.
So I did my investigation, and I just said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Did my investigation and got into the game, and it's been beautiful, man. And ever since I started, there's about 4 or 5 other people here now in Georgia doing it. So that's been an inspiration for some, and it's just cool as hell, man. Especially because I ride, so I understand when you call me, you're on the side of the road or your bike. I understand your frustration. I understand you want to go to work, but you got to get your bike serviced so you can make the weekend trip. So all of those things, when you call me, I already understand it, and I got you. I got you. So right now the truck is in the shop being painted and putting some new wheels and some other stuff on there, and we're coming out a little different. So hopefully you guys like the new look of the truck. My man Heavy from House of D&D is handling that project, so can't wait to see it. I haven't even seen it yet, so I can't wait to see what's going to look like.
How do people get in touch with you if they do have a breakdown? Do they need their motorcycle picked up?
You can, again, go on Google and Google FHO Towing. That's the name of the company. Everything I do is FHO. So F as in Frank, Harry, Oscar, FHO Towing, or you can call me direct at 404-423-8183. I do deliver in-state, out-of-state. Now, I understand this. My prices are different from a transporter. So if you call me, I'm direct door to door. When I pick up your motorcycle, I'm coming straight to your driveway or wherever you want the bike delivered. So prices are a little different, but I got you.
FHO towing in the house.
That part right there. So
Man on the Moon World here with Big Sale, FHO's own. Man, it has been a pleasure sitting down talking to you, man. This interview is something that I've been wanting to do since I did my first interview. I was like, man, I got to get Big Sale and sit down and chat with that brother because I'm sure he has stories to tell. But for everybody out there who's viewing and the listeners, man, I want y'all to check out this man's podcast on all streaming platforms, and that's FHO
Podcast Radio. My YouTube is FHO Atlanta GA. Make sure you like and subscribe to that. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, FHO. Just type in FHO. I think on Twitter it's FHO _ HNIC. YouTube, Instagram is FHO _ HNIC. And just understand this. Let me tell you this before we go. I'm going to tell you this. Brother, this is just the beginning for you. I love just you, just the whole thing. I'm proud of you. Continue, and much success to you, brother. And again, this is my honor. Anything I can help you with, anything, equipment you want to learn about or know about or whatever, I got you. And just keep continuing to bring this kind of content. And to all those that are listening, if you have any doubt or any questions or whatever you may have concerning any of this, then please just feel free to reach out, man. Because we don't mind helping you. We don't mind answering questions. And we don't mind sharing our journeys with you. And it's each one teach one, and we all we got. So.
FHO's own Big Sale, Man on the Moon World. We'll see you guys down in Tampa for the Beach Bash
May 26th to the 29th.
Man, if you missed this one, it's going to be, man. What did Don Cornelius used to say? It's going to be a stone gas.
And I'm going to tell you like this. If you miss this one, I promise you won't miss next year. The entertainers we got lined up, I promise you so. Stay tuned.
FHO's own,
hey,
Big Sale, Man on the Moon World. Hey, man, we'll see you guys in Tampa like we said. Hey, be good out there and be safe on these roads.
And let's talk about this contest. Hold on, we can't. Well, you got.
Oh yeah, well, you know what?
Yeah.
I am. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have my own tent set up, and it's going to be somewhat of a hospitality tent. And all you need to do is stop by and subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram. I'm going to give away some nice gifts.
Say, man.
So look for the Man on the Moon World wherever you go down in Tampa. And actually, I used to live in Tampa for 10 years, so they're my stomping grounds.
Wow.
So his phone's blowing up now. It's business time for FHO. We'll get back at y'all later.
All right.
Peace out.